It's time, fellow people. We're gonna listen to Save You. This time for real now, I hope. There were some technical difficulties, so I actually have to re-record the reaction, just so that you're not surprised. The following lyrical analysis will be the original. The reaction will not, but that shouldn't be a problem. It's a really great song. White commented with this really atmospheric intro here. All those many things which are happening here in the beginning already. I really like the atmospheric intro. It kind of reminds a bit of like the preceding album. This is, I suppose, a reincarnation idea. It got a bit esoterical sometimes, and this reminded me quite a bit of it with the atmosphere there. Just to come in with a really cool, pretty dramatic turn. The bass there at the bottom and the sparkles at the top. This like wide filter over the piano. Some choirs coming in. Pretty much something rising out of the water here, right? Wow, the drums go crazy. We have this lead melody by the keyboard. That's what we had in the last song as well. Bit of tension in the transition. Very dramatic soundscape here again, right? Wide array of choirs here. I think I dig the drums here quite as well. It has this like varying degrees of energy it channels here. Interesting harmonic mood here, and it feels a bit open. Yo, and now the double pedals. Back to the stark neoclassical thing. Some laser beams. We're having a lot of beams and effects here flying around. Yuki sometimes bringing in some organ flicks. We had a bit of shredding. What I always really like is those, as I mentioned, those laser beams. This has quite some history with Galneryus, and I don't know, it's just a cool vibe. Cool, bright mood here. Here, the full drama unfolding. Again, this wide distance here is created. Strings far in the back. And trumpets. Taking off the speed here for a bit. in with the double pedals. That's really cool. Right just before the solo, just like the speed changes here, you know. I like the like dramatic element here, as I oftentimes mention, just like they're bringing in trumpets, they're bringing in violins, right? Nothing new with Galneryus, but just this very cool package. It sounds like very refined here. The chorus takes out some speed, so it has a calming element. We actually had the full like amount of energy we had actually before the chorus, but then like in the second iteration with the double pedals coming in. Let's just listen to that actually again before we go to the solo. Yeah, it's a bit like the swing, right? Classic with a tremolo picking and all. Slowing down. Right, it constantly has this like thing to it. This little like jumpy keyboard sound here. Bit of sinister tension coming back. Love this section. Let's go. Now we have some like star sparkle thing. Like, do you hear the full orchestra here now? Wow, that sounds so huge at this point. I love this. At this point, you don't even know what's going on anymore. Perhaps someone who has a bit more expertise in this would know, but like I'm just hearing like a really thick, very dramatic soundscape. It's the full reintegrated mood here. I think we have everything that we had before, like strings, choirs, trumpets. The guitars sound really cool as well. Just like this full drama. And it's like just a cool development again in the solo. As usual, I really enjoyed the keyboard parts here as well. I mean, what did we have here? Right, the guitar and the keyboard playing together here in this really neoclassical sound. I don't know, I just like the sound of harpsichord and everything. It's really cool. But it's just playful at this moment, right? And now here it's building something more. It's really freeing up here. Cool guitar solo as well. Guitar doubling here, I guess. This is really the highlight for me in the solo. I don't know, it's just so comfy in a way. You have this really heroic, chivalrous feeling here, right? Reminds me of like Beyond the End of Despair. Trumpets, it's so cool. Yeah, sure. It's a bit like dancing, right? Oh. Bit of a nighttime scene here, I guess. Yo! You cannot express this with words, right? You have just this like calm scene, and how in like 1 or 2 seconds this just evolves and explodes into this emotional climax. It's just so awesome. And we have the trumpets back. Now he brings in the wow. I love his phrasing when he does that. It's so slick. Oh, I mean, come on. That's like, I think it's a cello and choirs in the background, and we have these little sparkles. Oh, and that's the harp. Exactly. Really cool combination here. Having a bit of a lullaby idea to it, I guess. So my memory doesn't reach very far back, but I would assume I just had quite some vibes from Beyond the End of Despair, simply because this album, just in my memory, it's this like very medieval legend, heroic type thing, right? With also like different elements. We also had some songs which were a bit lullaby-like, I suppose, if I'm not mistaken. So kind of these ideas remind me a bit of that album. Really cool album, by the way. But I mean, what we're listening to is just also beyond awesome. Like throughout this album so far, I really enjoyed the dramatic moods. You always have this type of like just looking at a far distance in the sky and stuff, and it's always very dramatic. Such a cool sound. I don't know, man. And it fits very well with this dragon, right? We have this like golden hour sky, and then just this dragon flying through it. It's such a fitting image as well. What I especially enjoyed in this song were also these like more atmospheric type things, which I mostly characterized or identified as a nighttime scene. I guess like the very beginning of the song already counts as that. It's like always like we're diving into something and we're in this dark void. In this proggy dark void. And something rises out of that. And the drums gone crazy. Light, and now we're up there and going forward, but also like different calm sections like this. I mean, this sounds a bit brighter, but still. It's still, I don't know, something about that keyboard sound always has something a bit more background-like, calming to it. He already used that sound in the like very beginning, the first album even. Very cool vibes. And then of course this like star-filled sky kind of thing. This is of course like in full speed, but still. What he plays also harmonically, right? It just also has something very calming to it, in my opinion. Although his shredding is, don't get me wrong. Awesome. And yeah, of course, like these ending sections for completionist's sake. We have these like spirits whispering in the background. Constantly this rising, you know. I think that's very well an idea here, that they're just having this calm sections, like we're always diving into something and then just something explodes out of that. This is pretty much a structural idea in the song, I guess, which works extremely well, especially since they're constantly like amplifying this. Like every time this happens, it has a stronger impact, and we just have this full explosion of sound here. Very heroic. Slowing down again, right? I can't. So also, I think like what I like most about this is the harp, but also like just this cello we have. I think it's a bit in the back on the right here, and the like stars flickering. Totally dig the atmosphere. Awesome song. And again, if you would just listen to a soundtrack which just had these like calming fantasy like moods or whatever that is, that would be nice. But just this contrast with this speed metal is literally, that's what does it for me, right? This like variation of different dynamics, this whole package. So yeah, Save You, very awesome song. Save You with an exclamation mark, that is. I guess that's a legit way of putting it. Just to go a bit through relevant comments, perhaps there is something interesting. This is like about Still Loving You, because I mixed up Still Loving You and Save You and recorded the wrong episode 2 weeks ago. So, well, I guess Still Loving You is similar to Save You, not just in the name, but also because they're both composed by Yuki, which is very interesting and good to know, because Yuki is just an awesome composer. I have to like say this because every time he makes a song, it's just a highlight for me. I don't know. He just has a hand for a very cool atmosphere, and it's just a very interesting guy, I guess, throughout the whole discography. If you think you downloaded the Save You video first, it would have been acceptable too. It's just as good as Still Loving You. I think we can see Yuki and Shu at their best on this album. Even in the songs Shu composed, you can find Yuki's distinctive influence. What's interesting is that they managed to achieve this harmony so well with 2 new members and slightly different style from their previous era. I still loving this album. Very cool comment as well from Sam. Thank you for that. And especially if you have listened to like some solo projects of Yuki, I'm talking like I'm an expert here. I'm like mostly talking about Alhambra, his work there, because there you kind of see different direction, but still notice how this is related to his work in Galneryus, right? He just like has a bit of a different flavor when it comes to this type of like proggy fantasy style music. It also draws a bit from different influences, and I think this the band really benefits from this in a way. But yeah, also I can't quite remember how it continues, but Like all band members are performing really nicely here. It's very pleasant to listen to, I must say. Even like Taka on the bass had some moments throughout the album so far. And of course the drums, we cannot like neglect Junichi here. This whole genre wouldn't work without the drums. That you just have to consider that. Also, like very long name here. As mentioned at the very beginning, reaction for the 7th song, Save You, it will be epic. Yeah, totally agreed. Thank you for that. That's just like a streak of absolutely fire songs. I'm very satisfied with this album so far. So I think that's it for that. So we can move on to the lyrics now. But don't be confused by my past self, who's gonna guide you through the lyrics. Okay, I actually underestimated it. It's like mostly Japanese, if I see this correctly. And I just have to guess like what the different sections are. So let's begin with this one. Shout and shout, this cry is searching for you. And blackout, voices with nowhere to go swirl around. What am I living for in this broken world? The more I cling to it, the more it slips away, a fleeting illusion. This also like is in line with the heavy drive we have in this, through the double pedals and everything, you know. Shout and shout, we have these almost laser beam like strikes or like these noises by the guitar when he comes in there with the shout and shout. Voices with nowhere to go swirl around is also an interesting image, I guess. And the swirling around is definitely something we sense in the music. You get a sense of this chaos, and it's all moving very fast, and it's transitioning into different modes of sound and everything. What am I living for in this broken world? The more I cling to it, the more it slips away. Again, this theme of movement, you know, a fleeting illusion, okay? I don't know if it's just like related to like the fact that it's in Japanese, but you immediately get a like stronger sense of narrative than in the songs before. Dead or alive, if this pain can change you, you survive. Cast everything aside and push through this moment with strength. So, classic Galneryus theme here, framing this as a sort of battle. And this is like, again, we have this orchestra, which makes it sound like we're back in this like fantastical medieval story. This was one of my favorite elements, I guess, during earlier Galneryus, and I'm glad it's back. What do you believe in as you live? In this impermanent world, the more you cling to it, the more it fades away. This pitiful reality. And we have like some grander themes here, you know. The first 3 songs just were this very personal thing of new members joining into the band. This is kind of what it seemed like, and now we're having like grander themes we touch upon again. It again deals with like this very classic theme of you want to hold on to something, but just everything moves with time. You can never really like settle down on anything, because there is nothing which is really like solid and permanent. Everything like dies after a while, or leaves, or changes at least, and it puts it as a pitiful reality. There's a certain struggle to accept this truth. And then we have the lyrics. Oh, was this like this really dramatic pre-chorus type thing? That's also something I dig, if it is actually, because it makes like this section of the lyrics one of the most dramatic sections of the entire song. And now we have this calmer lyrics where I would suppose, yeah, it might be about calming down, but let's just see. Save you, we want to save all of you. Even if our dreams peel away, drift away and fade. Lead you, we want to lead all of you. With the light shining in our hearts. Save us, we want to save you and us. Even if time stands still and flows backward. Lead us, we want to lead you and us. Keep the light shining and take a step forward. And that's also like interesting, because we had this unifying idea in the past songs, you know. He's first singing about his struggle and that he wants to fix this, but then we have this collective element in the end. We want to achieve this together. And this is like kind of expanded here onto the audience, if I like read this correctly. The first implication is like, we're doing this for you. We want to save all of you. We want to help you with this like dire reality, but that's basically not all. We're not putting us onto a pedestal. Our drive is to do this for everyone, because we struggle with this as well. We want to lead you and us, keep the light shining and take a step forward. So this is like very classical power metal motivational stuff, but I guess for the right audience, it's the right stuff. And like personally, it hits me. So I guess that's enough of a reason to dig this. And I think this is like the first time where this gathering, like we're in the same boat, is actually like combined and like including the audience. What am I living for in this broken world? The more I cling to it, the more it slips away, a fleeting illusion. Yeah, that's that's another, I don't know if that's a pre-chorus or if it's, yeah, I think that's another pre-chorus. Exactly. And then we have just like this longer chorus. Save you, we want to save all of you, even if our dreams peel away, drift away and wither. Lead you, we want to lead all of you with the light shining in our hearts. Save us, we want to save you and us. For now it's okay to feel our way. Lead us, we want to lead you and us, holding our feelings close. Save us, we want to save you and us, even if time stops and flows backward. Lead us, we want to lead you and us, keep the light shining and take a step forward. They work with a lot of cool images, even if time stops and flows backward. And we might think about, you know, the solo section where we had this neoclassical unison where the keyboard played here and the guitar played here at the same time. There we have kind of an idea of like rewinding and stuff. That's what I had to think about. And also, this is of course the chaotic element again. If we have this in sequence, even if time stops and flows backward, but they were talking about time moving on all the time. And then that's the next line, keep the light shining and take a step forward. So they're talking about like stopping, going backward, going forward. And this again portrays this chaos essentially, which was also an element here. And also like a bit of the soothing stuff, because that's, I think, what the chorus does as well. It like takes them, it makes things a bit lighter after this extremely loaded pre-chorus, right? And you're just drifting a bit, especially in the first section of the chorus. And then we have, for now, it's okay to feel our way. So it's also a bit of a calming character. Yeah, I just think like it's an overall pretty dramatic song, a lot of cool aesthetics and images. And this is surely one of the songs I remembered from like years ago at this point. Yeah, and was awesome to listen to it again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a nice day or nice evening or nice morning. I don't know. Keep it rolling until next week. See you then.